What's up, guys? So today we're taking a short break from the 1.8T swapped S13 that you see behind me here, and we're working on a different car. So if you've watched my videos in the past, you would have seen the budget E36 build that I turbocharged and then kind of just sat for like a year. So basically I finished that car and I paid for a remote tune. I guess the guy wasn't very good at tuning, so it's been about a year and a half of back and forth and not much progress. So in this video, we're gonna do it ourselves. So the tuning software online is pretty well documented and it's mostly free. So what we're gonna do is download all the free software we can find online, ROM Raider, all the flash tools and stuff, and we're gonna tune it ourselves using some tutorial videos I found online, such as the Canyon Tune series, for example. He does a good bunch of videos on how to log and tune and supercharger turbo stuff. So I'm going to follow along with that video and I'm going to try my best to upload this thing up. So it's a super simple setup, bone stock M52, unopened, no head gasket, no nothing done to the rods, pistons, no head studs, no gasket spacer, 100% stock, RSI manifold, China eBay 3076 external gate, and blow through MAF, the PMAS HPX, I think it is, which is just like a 3-inch blow through MAF. I think they come on some kind of Ford. So yeah, basic setup. Let's see if we can get this thing to make, I don't know, 6 to 10 pounds and not blow up, and come along for the journey. Let's get this done and do it as cheaply as possible. So since we have to go drive this car around that's kind of been abandoned for the last year or so and has flat tires, it's a perfect opportunity to showcase a product that this company sent to me. It's actually their inflatable tire pump. So let's do a quick overview and see how this is. All right, so here's a bit of a closer look at the tire pump itself. Again, it's pretty compact. It's a nice design. Down here we have a port for a charger that it comes with, so you can charge it straight to your cigarette lighter if you're on the road and you need to use this. If you want to charge other devices, you can charge the pump itself through here, or you can charge like anything else, USB-A or USB-C, and then a little light there. And of course, the most important part here is your tire valve and the quick release attachment. So again, super simple. You just put it in there and it attaches very nicely. You know, it's snug in there, it's not gonna fall out. And if you want to take it out, twist and pull it out. So it's a really nice product. It's nice of them to send me this. Obviously, when you're drifting and stuff, you're using tire pumps a lot, especially if you have tires and wheels sitting around. You bring them to the track, next thing you know, they're at 10 psi and you got to air up. Interface looks super simple as well. Again, you know, we have that flashlight button, light works right there. You have all these other functions here. It even has like a strobe light, which is pretty neat. I guess maybe if you're on the side of the road or something, you can have that set up. And then adjusting tire pressure is as easy as these two up and down buttons. So yeah, super awesome product. Again, they've left a discount code for me to use. If you guys are interested in picking up one of these yourself, I will put that down in the description. Make sure to check it out. Super awesome of them to send me this out, and I hope that if you guys are interested, you can use that discount code and get some big savings yourself. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right back into the turbo tuning. All right, so essentially the first modification I'm doing is the MAF mode. So I have to scale it to the blow through MAF, which is again a 3-inch HPS MAF. So that one is different scaling. You're going to want to look up the scaling table for your MAF. There's a bunch of stuff online for E36s and MS41. So if you have like a RS4 MAF or like a 540 MAF, stuff like that, there'll be different tables. So this is the one for my specific blow through MAF. And then I've also scaled it up to the higher value here. So now that I've done this, I can go ahead and flash this onto the car and then get the partial reads. Okay, so this is what I'm using as my flash tool. This is also free online. And I am doing the obviously full read to make these adjustments. And then once this is done, flash the full again, and then we're going to get the partial, which is what we're going to be tuning off of. So The second adjustment we need to make is the injectors. So I'll try to include a little clip or a screenshot here of what I'm doing. All right, again, this is not really an instructional video, but I figured I would show you guys exactly what I did in case you were curious. So all the fuel tables on the left with the injector pulse width on the bottom need to be adjusted because obviously we're now opening the injector for a shorter amount of time as it's much bigger than the stock one. So this is the percent difference. And then we're decreasing the amount because it's in a larger injector. Other than the injector pulse width tables, I just zeroed out the Vanos correction because I don't want the Vanos to do anything. And then the dead times, you'll just need to find the injector dead times for your specific injectors online, and then input them into this table, and then that should be good for the first start before you do any partial adjustments. Once that's scaled up, we should be able to start the car. So I'm going to do that quickly. Again, there'll probably be some screenshots here, and let's see how it runs. Okay, so ignore the super messy, super hacked up interior, but we have fuel pressure. Everything seems fine. Let's go ahead and start it, and hopefully it runs okay. All right, seems to be idling pretty smoothly. Again, it is the cold start, so it's not going to be perfect, but the AFRs also are not super bad. Obviously, once we start driving and making adjustments, everything's going to be better, but here it is for now. Ignore the boost gauge and this gauge as well. It doesn't generally work, but this is the one we're going to be focusing on. So far, not bad for the initial cold start, so let's start making the partial adjustments now. All right, so for the part-throttle tuning, I grabbed this Megalog viewer software, which this one wasn't free just because I'm short on time, so I figured I'd grab it and get it out of the way because it works pretty good. So I've filtered based on these three axes and then adjusted the X and Y to match what I have in ROM Raider. Filtered out the AFR below 10, above 20, then anything off throttle, and this is what I get. So what I just did is copied this whole table, pasted it into this sheet here, which you can grab from the Canyon Tuned instructional videos. He'll have all the links below and where you need to get it from. So there'll be a partial and a full throttle sheet that you can use. So I'm pasting the output from Megalog Viewer into here. My original fuel table goes here, and then I'll do the adjustments based on how much fuel the O2 reading is pulling out or adding based on the short-term fuel corrections. And then we can just paste this into ROM Raider and obviously repeat a few times to get our desired part throttle tune. All right, so as far as the partial tuning goes, I'm just gonna go ahead and drive around. Again, partial throttle, as the name implies. I'm not gonna record that because it's boring. But yeah, just drive around a bunch, get a good log of the partial throttle stuff, come back in, put it in that table, adjust it, go back out, keep doing it, repeat until the car feels fine, I guess, or AFRs are somewhat normal and drives good. And then we're gonna get straight into the full throttle stuff. So let me just skip ahead to where the part throttle stuff is complete, because there's no point of watching me drive around slowly around the neighborhood. So yeah, let's get into the exciting stuff and fast forward to the full throttle tuning. All right, so before we go straight into the full throttle stuff, I don't remember which gas I put in this thing since it was so long ago. It's either 91 or 94. I'm hoping 94, but in case it isn't, I just picked up some like random octane booster. Apparently this works. So I'm just gonna throw that in the tank quickly and hopefully it doesn't knock. But yeah, pretty nervous. Full throttle, it's a bit sketchy. I do also have ball tires, so I'm hoping it doesn't spin. But yeah, let's dive straight into it. Partial throttle seems okay. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be looking for, but it drives fine. It doesn't like buck or break up or anything. So let's pour this in and get into the full throttle stuff. All right, time to get into it. Hopefully it isn't too lean, so we can do a full pull here and at least get some kind of log. Got the GoPro hooked up. Hopefully there's a decent angle. We're logging over here. All the stuff we need to log, and instead of the short-term fuel trims, we're logging the voltage off the wideband, so it's direct correlation to the AFR ratio. It just sends out the voltage signal instead. So we're going to tune based off that, but I'll show you guys, again, I'll put some like screenshots and stuff so at least it makes a little sense. Obviously we got the fire extinguisher there, important piece. Remember, always get prepared to the thing to blow up and catch on fire. So, but yeah, car's just warming up now, and switch to the GoPro camera so you guys can see how it is full throttle. Hopefully it's at least a little close so we don't have to make too many adjustments, but let's get into it. Again, bald tires, fingers crossed it doesn't spin because that's going to mess up our load map. So yeah, let's go.
All right, so for the full throttle changes, it's the same as what I showed earlier, except now I'm using my O2 sensor voltage attached to the AEM wideband so I can get a reading on the AFR ratio. And then again, I'm filtering out AFR, and I've adjusted my off throttle to be anything that's not full throttle. So you can adjust these filters by clicking the pen up here. And basically exact same thing. We're copying this. I'm putting it into this sheet now, which is the wide open throttle sheet, and it's doing the same kind of corrections. We have our target AFR here. Now I'm probably going to change some of these values to be a bit richer on the safe side. And then essentially it'll make the adjustments. So when I paste it in here, you can see at high load and high RPM, we're kind of leaning out. These numbers don't look good down here. 12, 13. So what it's going to do is if you go over here, it's kind of dumping a bit more fuel at these higher values. And then on these rich spots, it's pulling them out. So again, once we do that, we'll paste the original table in here and then take our new table with the adjustments on this side. And that'll be the full throttle tuning, which again, we repeat a couple times and then get a good mix of what our final table would be.
Go third gear. Just to show you guys that first log, just to have a reference of exactly what to expect. Looks like we were doing decently okay until we got into the high load and high RPM, and you can see here at about 5,000 we're leaning out pretty good. So this is where the adjustments are going to be made, and I'm going to put this into the full throttle Excel mapping. Then we're going to make the adjustments and go back out, and hopefully we can get all the way to the limiter without getting lean. So yeah, we're just going to keep repeating this process, same as the part throttle stuff, until we can get the numbers we want. And I also have some filters out here, so anything over 20 and below 10 is filtered out, and anything, this is usually for off throttle only, but I've edited the fields so it filters out anything that's not full throttle. So then this is how we have only full throttle and only in the load cells we want. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this corrected and go back out for another rip. So on that second run, we actually had a little lean spot, so it was going pretty good, and then it kind of leaned out 12.5 almost, and then got back into it. So you can see here, you can see it is captured here. We do have the data, and then again, just inputting all the data that I need. I've bumped up the AFRs here to be a little bit richer, just so I'm not pulling fuel out, because I haven't touched the timing or anything, so I don't want it to detonate. I'd rather have it a little bit rich. You can see here, this is the lean spot I was talking about, and we've gone ahead and corrected that nicely. So everything else seems about okay, other than this little spot, which is a little bit rich. So let's go ahead and make this adjustment. And again, I'm just gonna be doing this back and forth until eventually I get a solid fuel table. So I'm just gonna do it a couple more times off camera, and then we should be good to go. So yeah, I would say not a bad process. Obviously the partial throttle stuff is a little bit more tricky, and that's where you need the fine tuning, but this is like a track car, and it's usually full throttle anyways. I don't really care about the partial stuff or any street drivability, so this is good for me. Yeah, awesome experience. Big shout out to, again, Canyon Tuned. Check out his videos. He's a lot more in depth and a lot more educational, so check those out if you want to actually learn how to tune. But yeah, thanks for joining me on the process, and hopefully this goes well. I'm gonna keep going, and I'll see you guys once the tune is all finalized. Guys, as you can see, we are ripping full throttle, no issues. AFRs look great, a little rich, but I tuned them on the rich side to be safe, and no real knocking, so I think we're good to go on this one. Obviously the car is, you know, low boost, and it's not really a whole lot of tuning that we did, but at the end of the day, a lot of these budget cars are just, you know, stock engine like mine, low boost. So I figured, you know what, instead of waiting for these remote tuners and paying them money to essentially sit there and not reply to you for weeks, why not just go ahead, download the software, get all these free tools that you can use to make your car run perfect, or at least good enough to go and drift and have fun. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and of course, any questions, put them down below. Again, I'm not a professional tuner, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but there's lots of great info online that I followed as well. So yeah, in the next video, we'll probably dive back into the 1.8 T-swap. Again, I'm just waiting for some parts to come in before I can dive into the engine build and get that thing in there in its final resting spot. So yeah, stay tuned for that one, and I will see you guys in the next one.